I used to tell people everything, every new idea, every fresh plan, every big dream that entered my head. If I decided to change my life on a Monday, by Tuesday morning, at least 5 people already knew. I'd say things like, I'm starting something big, I'm about to level up, give me a few months, you'll see. And people would smile, they'd nod, they'd say things like, wow, that's amazing. I always knew you had it in you. Don't forget us when you blow. And every time they said it, I felt good. Too good. That feeling, the praise, the validation, the excitement. It felt almost like I had already succeeded. Almost. At first, I didn't notice the pattern. I thought motivation worked that way. I thought speaking it out loud made it real. But something strange kept happening. After all the talking, I stopped moving. Days passed. Then weeks. The energy faded. The urgency disappeared. The plans I announced with confidence slowly became ideas I avoided thinking about. And every time someone asked, so how's that thing you were starting? I'd laugh awkwardly and say, oh, I'm still working on it. But deep down, I knew the truth. I wasn't. One night, I sat alone and asked myself a hard question. Why do I feel productive when I talk, but lazy when it's time to work? That's when I stumbled on a truth that changed everything. The human brain doesn't clearly separate talking about success from experiencing success. When you tell people your plans, and they praise you, your brain releases the same reward chemicals it would release if you had actually achieved something. Dopamine, satisfaction, relief. In other words, I was getting paid emotionally for work I hadn't done yet. I was collecting applause before earning the performance. And once the applause came early, the hunger disappeared. That's when it hit me. Silence isn't weakness, silence is strategy. So I tried something different. I stopped announcing. No posts, no speeches, no big news coming soon. When I had an idea, I wrote it down, and kept it to myself. When I felt excited, I didn't tell anyone. I worked quietly. I failed quietly. I adjusted quietly. Some days were slow, some days were painful, some days I wanted to talk, to tell someone, anyone, just to feel encouraged. But I didn't. And something unexpected happened. Without the early praise, I stayed hungry. Without the validation, I stayed focused. Without people watching, I became consistent. The work started stacking up. And one day, without any announcement, the results appeared. That's when people noticed. They said, wait, when did this happen? How long have you been working on this? I didn't even know you were planning this. And for the first time, the applause felt different. Heavier, real, earned. I realized something important that day. The world respects results, not intentions. Nobody remembers the plans you shared, they remember the outcomes you deliver. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people never hear. Not everyone you tell your plans to is rooting for you. Some people praise you out of politeness, some out of curiosity, some out of comparison, and some secretly feel relief when you don't follow through. Silence protects you from that. It protects your focus. It protects your momentum. It protects your belief on days when belief is fragile. That's why many powerful people move quietly. Not because they lack confidence, but because they understand human nature. They don't announce beginnings, they reveal endings. So if you're working on something right now, a dream, a skill, a new chapter, here's the lesson that changed my life. Don't tell people what you're about to do, show them what you've done. Protect your goals from premature applause. Let silence guard your ambition, and let your results speak when words no longer matter. Because in the end, plans impress people for a moment. Results change how they see you forever. Some stories fade, others stay. If this one stayed with you, subscribe for more lessons that stick, because every story carries a message. And every message leaves a lesson.